Hello, my name is Henry Smith from IamWealthyandRich.com. Welcome to this video. If you're new to our channel, then welcome to the channel. And if you've been following my video series over the last few weeks, months, should I say, welcome back. And thanks for your support. So for those who are new, just to explain what this is really about, this is about wealth creation and action. So wealth creation and action really is a project of developing, basically showing how to go from zero to millionaire in a nutshell. And it's using two parts of the equation. One is a mindset strategy and one is an investment strategy. So 15 months ago, I believe February 2020, started with no money and a mindset strategy. And basically what I mean by a mindset strategy, in order to attract wealth and to reach another higher wealth level, you've got to develop a wealth and prosperity mindset. And at that time I had, and in order to start an investment strategy, you've got to have some money or capital. And I had neither at that time. So I started with what I did have. I did have a mindset, wealth and prosperity mindset strategy, which I practice daily, diligently, every day. And after a few short months, 4 or 5 short months, I started getting results and I was able to attract the capital I needed to invest in the investment strategy. And then, with the humble beginnings of investing in the investment strategy, things grew throughout the latter half of last year. And in February, on the 1st of February, it reached around six figures, and basically it had tenfolded. And it was time I decided to start documenting it. And I started on a spreadsheet. Then a few days later, or a couple of weeks later, I started videoing it. I created video documentation. So here we are today, and every day, regardless whether the market is going up or down, I enter the figures. Now, I'm an investor, I'm not a trader. So this is not about trading, this is really more about investments. But before I continue, I've got to do the disclaimer. I'm not a financial planner or advisor. I'm not an accountant or CPA. So do your own due diligence, do your own research. Do understand that the investments carry risks. All investments carry risks. Your money can go up as well as go down, and you may not get the amount of money you invested. So that could happen, and so it's responsible. And do not invest what you can't afford to lose. So I just thought I'd mention that. So so what I'm going to do is share my screen and then go straight to today's figures. Right. So what do we got here? So this is the spreadsheet. For those who are new, this is the spreadsheet I've been updating since the 1st of February, and I started with this figure here. And this is a cryptocurrency investment portfolio, by the way, I should mention that. So to do with cryptocurrencies investment portfolio, and it was at 106,000, and then every day I would. This is kind of the total balance of the crypto. I'd add, how much it had gone up by, whether it gone up or down. If it gone up, it was in green. If it went down, it's in red. So you got ups and downs, and that's the way the market flows. And this particular column here was in the middle. I just added that recently, a couple of days ago. And this is really about the Bitcoin daily price. But you'll see where I get this figure from in a minute. So it's gone, I've been adding sometimes we've had many times in a row where we've gone, forward every day. Then we have a back, market draws back, then it goes, up again, 20 grand, it goes down again. And I guess it's what people call always volatile. Well, the market's alive. I don't call it volatile. I think it's alive and it's dynamic. And it is also progressive, and it's also predictable, and it's going in one direction, which is up. Okay, does it take a detour once in a while? Yeah, absolutely, and then it goes back on course. So there's nothing to be afraid of. So this is where we are yesterday. Up until yesterday, we'd gone down yesterday by 5K in total. And so today's date, I'm going to put in today's date, which is the 26th of April. and I'll go to the asset summary, is where I get my figures from. This comes in through a live feed, which is updated every month, and then it comes to a portfolio, which then shows the balance of the portfolio here. So this portfolio consists of 1 Bitcoin and an assortment of alternative cryptocurrency coins, otherwise known as altcoins for short. And this is the total. And this is in US dollars. And this is the kind of percentage split. And it varies actually, because as sometimes it's 80-20, sometimes it's 21-79, and we'll see as the market progresses how it will split in terms of how it will split. So this on the right-hand side is the same thing, the same portfolio, just in pounds, Great British pounds, GBP, or pound sterling. So that's this the pounds equivalent. So I'm going to take this figure here, the altcoin figure here, which is $198,000, sorry, $198,000, 706.69. So 198,706. Let's put the time in. 190. I forgot about it. Where is it going? 198,706. 198,706. I think it was 69. Is that 69? Yeah, 69. So that, let's get this down. So this brings us a plus of 15K. So that's good. We keep that green. And then we will add this figure here. So this is the overall amount. So 252, 115.85, 252, 252, 115.85, and it kind of automatically gives you the Bitcoin price here. And yeah, so I should total to bring this down here. This is going to be green. Actually, this one yesterday should have been red, or should have been green. There's not a minus. So these are both greens yesterday. Ah, I thought it was a minus. I don't know. I wasn't seeing things. There's no minus here. This was a plus, and this is a plus. So 2 pluses in a row, 3 pluses in a row. I really thought that was a minus. I don't know why I thought it was a minus. But yeah. So yeah, the last 3 days were pluses on both. And that's good. And Bitcoin has gone forward 3,000 yesterday. Let's bold that up. And the Bitcoin 53, it should not be red. I should probably transfer all of these colors to green so I keep it consistent with the other one. And we'll do that. I shouldn't do this while I'm watching, while you guys are watching, but I'll go back and, well, I'll do it now. Keep them green so that it's consistent, because this pinkish color is kind of confusing. So yeah, so we have, when it's gone forward, see, so Bitcoin has its own kind of times when it goes backwards and forward as well, and as it goes up and down, and that's okay. You know, we just have to accept that. That's the nature of the industry we're in. It's a market that's alive. People are buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. You know, people, you know, and this is the great thing about when the market goes down, ladies and gentlemen. And I've said it many times, the way successful investors look at it is it's time to buy more. You know, that's when you really make a lot of money. Sales, you know, sales, that's how they see it. Bargain time, you know. People wait for the January sales or Christmas sales or holiday, Black Friday sales. Well, that's what it means when it goes down. So has what we call a correction. Sorry about this. Hope it's not boring some of you. So now I'm all green. It's the same. So I can, and you kind of start to see a pattern. You look closely enough, but more on that later. But yeah, so So that's that. I shall save that, and then let's just get out of here. So yeah, so the market is moving back up after quite a correction, and it's not really a correction that is out of abnormal. You know, it's a 20 to 25% correction that just happened, and that's fine. And it's going to, you know, go back. You know, this is a great interesting thing about the market. Whenever it goes down, guess what it does afterwards? It goes back up again. You know, but people are very fickle sometimes, and they think, you know, when like I said, people think when the market, when things are good, they're going to be good forever. They're never going to get bad. And when things are bad, they think they're never going to get good. You know, it's people just, that's the, you know, when you're led with your emotions, that's how people think. But when you've got your emotions under control, and you need to have your emotions under control, especially in investing, you realize there are cycles. Okay, things move in cycles. So I don't think that when it's summer, it's it's summer, the weather's so wonderful, it's never going to get snow again. Of course it's going to snow. When it's snowing, you know it's never going to get hot again. You know, it's of course it's going to get hot. They're called cycles, and things move in cycles. And when things move in cycles, then things become more predictable. And you say, okay, we've been here before, and we know what comes next. And you take certain actions during certain cycles, certain parts of the cycle. You take some action through certain parts of the cycle. So in certain parts of the cycle, you buy more. In certain cycle of the cycle, you buy less. You know, it all depends on what your strategy is, what you're trying to achieve, and what the cycle is. But you know, you don't just treat all, and just like the cycles of the seasons. There's times when you plant. There's times when you don't plant. There's times when you harvest. There are cycles. So you know, the mindset, having the mature mindset to and this is another thing, to wait it out is going to be one of your tools that you're going to need to take you through, because it's like those who used to go on wooden sailboats across the ocean. They went through some rough seas, and they went there and back again, and they were used to it, and they were understood. Those experienced captains, they understood that when you come to a certain place, they're going to expect this kind of storm and this type of storm. They were bracing themselves for it, and they get past it, and so on and so forth. And not much has changed, but to expect the markets to be, people to say, oh, it's volatile, or the governments to come out and say, expect to lose all of your money because it's very volatile. Well, it's not that it's very volatile. I mean, it is very volatile, but so what? You know, it's like, it's proven to bounce back. It is proven to bounce back. So it's a matter of not taking it as a short term. The biggest problem, volatility hurts people who are short-term investors. And they're not even investors, they're more like speculators, and a worse name to call them, which I shouldn't, is gamblers. Volatility, then they're subject to volatility. When you're playing the long game, for example, if you understand, as whatever people can say about Bitcoin, and then talking about the altcoins, that's another thing, but if you talk about Bitcoin, which is the gateway to the cryptocurrency, Bitcoin has gone in the last, it's 12 years old. And in 12 years, every single year of those 12 years, apart from 1 year, has gone up. Every single year it's gone up. So if it has gone up every single year, all right, every single year, apart from 1 year, it didn't go up high. Every single year, it was higher than the last year, consistently for 12 years, apart from 1 year, right? Number one. Number two, what's the other one I was going to say? No one, if you hold Bitcoin for any 5-year period, some people even narrow it down, say 3.5-year period, but any 5-year period, it's impossible to lose money. No one has ever lost money who has held it for a 5-year period, because it always came up higher in that end of that 5 years than it was in the beginning of 5 years. So it becomes very predictable. You understand? So when you're looking at what happens last week or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, then you can, but that doesn't really matter in the long, if you're doing something for 5 years or 10 years, what happened 4 weeks ago mean in the scheme of things? Nothing. You understand? So you need to have the right mindset, attitude towards maintaining your equilibrium during investment cycles. That's one kind of mindset. There's another kind of mindset, which is, I'm talking about developing the wealth and prosperity mindset. When you develop a true wealth and prosperity mindset, you won't fear anything. You won't fear loss. You won't fear loss because you know you can't lose. You can't lose, okay? If the money goes, it will come back again. You'll make 10 times as much when you have the confidence that you can make it all back again because the money is inside here, all right? You can't not lose. There's that type of, and that takes some time to develop. You can't fake it. You can fake it, but you'll just be faking yourself. And that's not the main thing. You can actually develop it so you actually feel like it for real. You actually really do feel like it when you take time to cultivate and develop it. And you know, it's kind of like also, I want to point out your fertilizer. It's like fertilizer. You've got to put the right fertilizer in your mind, right? Does your mind have the right fertilizer in it? And I'm not talking about manure. You know, because a lot of people teach you to set goals, set goals. Okay, the secret to goals, one of the powerful, most thing about goal setting, that can make it dynamic and very powerful and very, you can basically achieve your goals much easier. It's by having a well-fertilized mind. If you haven't got any fertilizer in your mind, your goals are not going to grow. You're not going to achieve your goals. It's going to be very hard, very difficult to achieve your goals. So what I mean by fertilize your mind is that your mind is completely saturated with wealth and prosperity thinking. If your mind is saturated with wealth and prosperity thinking, so you are a multi-millionaire in your mind, really. I'm not just saying by saying it with mouth, I'm talking about written, edged in your inner being. When you set a goal for a house or a car or a vacation, the goal lands on good soil. You're planting that plant on good soil because the soil has been fertilized. It's well prepared and well cultivated. You understand? Any goal that you plant on a fertilized soil will grow. But there's no fertilizer on it, it's not going to grow. So that's why a lot of people find goal setting very hard, very difficult. And I've tried it before and it didn't work. It's okay when you're at the seminar and you're all rah and happy in front of everybody. I'm going to set my goals. And you go home and you set your goal and it doesn't achieve it. But when you have the right mindset, your mind has been cultivated correctly. You set a goal for a luxury item, you will get it because you've got the right, like I said, it's been cultivated. So talking about cultivating your mind, you want to learn how to cultivate your mind so that you can achieve any wealth and prosperity goal, including large sums of money, luxury items, and so on. Again, if you want to learn how to cultivate your mind, we'll put together a special training for you using free resources and wrapped with my own experience. I created a couple of videos to show you how I actually apply them and use them. And I'm going to show you how to get access to that. All you have to do, and it's absolutely free, by the way. So you can just go there, get access to it, and then apply it every day, day in, day out, day in, day out, regardless whether you're tired or whether something has come up or that you don't miss a day. So you be true to yourself. You see, the time when you're going to start making things is when you're true to yourself. When you're true to yourself and you don't, you are the most important person to you, should be the most important to you. So don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Too many people lie to themselves. Too many people kid themselves. And it's like, people kid their boss. They kid their friends and so on. And they kid their employer. They're working. They don't work as hard. When the boss is not looking, they stop working. when the boss is not looking. That means they're kidding their boss. And that's not good anyway. But at the same time, don't kid yourself. Some people kid themselves. Don't kid yourself. All right? Too many people kid themselves. It's just bad enough kidding your boss, kidding your friends, kidding your a relative or somebody you're close to by not doing, promising you'll do something, and then when they're not looking, you're not doing it. It's bad enough. But don't kid yourself. Don't tell me, I want to be rich, I want to be successful, I want to be wealthy. Don't say that to yourself and then don't commit to making the improvements. If you say you want to be rich, you want to be wealthy, you want to be successful, then commit to making the improvements and do the exercises every day. Or don't say you want to be rich. Don't, because you're just lying to yourself. Don't say you want to be rich, because if you don't do the exercises on a daily basis, every day without fail, that means you don't want to be rich. Wanting to be rich is not a matter of mouth, it's a matter of action. So there are too many people that kid themselves. Don't be one of them. Okay, I come across a lot of them. Okay, and I just see this person just kidding himself or herself. All right, don't be one of them. So, and let me tell you something. Let me be honest with you. I used to kid myself. I used to kid myself. And when I stopped kidding myself, things changed. There's some people maybe are kidding themselves unintentionally. I don't know, but it doesn't matter regardless. Until you stop kidding yourself, life won't change. So don't kid yourself, okay? You're worth more than that. You deserve more than that. You deserve better than that, okay? You deserve to be rich. You deserve to be successful. You deserve to have the best in life. You are greater. You have more potential than you can ever imagine. Your potential is amazing. What you can achieve is amazing. All of this luxury you're seeing in the background here, you can have 10 times that. It's like you're so close to it, you actually don't know how close you are. You're so close to it. So if you've ever been in a position where you're thinking the other half is okay for them, no, you are entitled to it just as much as they are. And you can have access to it in a very short time. You can turn your life around and you can be living that kind of life if you want to. And you will deserve every penny of it. You won't need to be ashamed. You don't need to be worried or fearful. You will live life in peace, knowing that you have done what it takes to deserve it. And that's why you have it. But you've got to start by stop kidding yourself. So it starts with discipline, daily disciplines, every day, every day, every day, regardless. Doesn't matter. You don't miss a day. Just like you don't miss a meal, okay? You eat every day. You just look, just like you don't breathe. I mean, you don't miss a day of breathing. You don't mean to miss a day of eating. That's how important you're going to take it. Top priority, okay? Or you don't sleep. Full stop. Period, as the Americans say. Right? When you've got that kind of attitude, then things will start to change. The universe will stand back. See, the universe, I tell you this, and I'm talking about this on another video. They stand back, they stand aside for the man or woman who knows where they're going. When you say, that's it, I've had enough, I'm going for it, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this regardless. What was this one going to say? It was a great thing. One guy used to say, I can't remember. I'm going to make this work, whether it works or not. Okay, I'm going to make it work whether it works or not. When you have that kind of attitude, the universe will just step back and say, okay, you know. But if you come in a flimsy attitude, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, the universe won't take you seriously. It just won't. So you need to grab life by the collar and say, listen, mate, this is my time, okay? I deserve the best and I'm going to get what I deserve out of this life. And it will say, well, I didn't know you were that serious. And it will back off. It will say, what can I do to help you? So be serious. I'm sorry if I'm coming across intense. I don't mean to come across intense. I'm just trying to say, I had to have this argument, this conversation with myself in order to get things to change. Because I've been trying to change things for years. Okay, and it wasn't until I changed my attitude that things started to change. I mean, really change. I stopped kidding myself, and trust me, I don't kid myself. Can't afford to. Okay, can't afford to. All right, so that's the end of this. So, oh, did I show you where to get the thing, the website, or where to get the? Let's go to the quickly. So if you want to get hold of that training, website, IamWealthyandRich.com. How to understand the game of money and play it well. This is the beginning of your journey. And go down to this form here, fill it out, get your millionaire mindset and investment strategy here. And you start that, it's free, by the way, I should mention that word. Don't cost you nothing. And if you want to get more sophisticated and find out more about the altcoins, you can contact us and we can get you on a webinar and we can show you how to get access to the altcoins. But there's plenty enough for you to get started. Okay, get your millionaire mindset and investment strategy free. And also, don't forget to like, share, hit the subscribe button, notification button for this video. I really appreciate that. It helps the channel grow. And have a wonderful time, a wonderful day rather, a wonderful time and a wonderful day. And thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.